Hey guys, it's Melissa. I am super excited to show you some tips and tricks on how to cut Siser metallic puff. So if you're looking to add a little glimmer, a little puff, 3D dimension to your projects, I've got some tips for you, including in this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to layer it with something like a glitter heat transfer vinyl because puff is very particular. It may work, it may not work if you don't do it correctly. It's a 2 application material, so I'm going to show you, starting in Silhouette Studio, from start to finish, on how to layer, quote unquote, layer puff with HTV. So to get started, I am going to drop the link to the design. This is from the Santa's Naughty List bundle. It's pretty funny. Got a bunch of basically funny SVGs in there for Christmas, and that's good to go. And then I did it also on, like I said, a shirt here. I actually put this together as well. Did it on some ribbon. So lots of things to do. Let's get started. Okay, so like I said, we are going to start here in Silhouette Studio. I am using my Cameo 4 Plus, that's the 15-inch machine, but you can use whatever Cameo or other cutting machine that you have. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my design. So I'm going to bring in the SVG version if I have that, which I believe I do. Looks like these are all PNGs and all of the SVGs are together. So I have to bring them all in, and then just the only one that I want is this one. Okay, so we'll delete the rest of those. These all come as a set. They're all part of the larger Naughty Santa bundle if you want that. Okay, so what we have here, this is already colored, but what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to eventually recolor this. So first thing that I want to do is I want to make a duplicate copy. Well, first thing that I want to do is I want to size it. So this one's actually already perfectly sized because this design is intended for a wine bag. So you could change it if you want, but this is already perfectly set. So next thing I'm going to do is I am going to make a duplicate copy, and you'll see why in a minute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take advantage of the 15-inch Cameo Plus, and I'm going to cut both of these materials, both the glitter metallic puff and the glitter black at the same time. So you're probably wondering, how are you going to do that? They're 2 different materials. It's possible. Okay, so here what I'm going to do, this side over here is going to cut the black, and the black is the glitter. So I'm going to first ungroup, and what I'm going to do then is I'm literally just going to remove the pieces that I don't want to cut. So I don't need this Naughty List because that's going to cut over here. So I'm going to delete that, and I'm going to delete this section. So now, actually, I don't want to do that. I want to make, so did you see when I deleted that? Now it's just a solid piece of what would be vinyl. Well, I don't want that. I want the puff to actually be sitting on the wine bag itself because it seems to puff better. So what I'm going to do for that is I'm going to select both, right click, and make a compound path. And now what it does is it becomes transparent. So it's difficult to see, but you can see there when I turn the grid on that it's transparent. Okay, so this is going to be black. So I'm going to group this all together by selecting all the way around, right click, group. Okay, and then I'm gonna, don't forget we need to mirror that. So we'll do flip horizontally. Okay, this side I want to cut basically the other parts, which are in here, they're showing as like pink. So same thing, we will ungroup. This time I will delete all of the black pieces. Okay, so we'll delete black, and this is what we are left with. Again, I'm going to group. So I'm going to right click, group, and it doesn't matter if I keep this in the same position or if I move it up. I don't want to waste space on my material, so I am going to move it up. First, I will flip it horizontally. Okay. So now what we have is black. This piece though, I'm gonna cut on like a gold. So just for my own sake, I'm going to recolor this gold. This is where it is so important to fill your designs with color because you're gonna take advantage of a feature that's not available if you only have something that looks like this. Okay, so instead, if you fill your designs with a color, it doesn't have to be the color of the material. This isn't telling the machine what you're cutting. It's literally for your own sake. So I'm gonna do a gold, so I'm just gonna pick something that's, or bronze, I'm just gonna pick something that's similar. Okay, now, we've got our design set up. So next thing that we need to do is move to the send panel. Now in the send panel, what you have, a lot of people use the simple mode, but when you fill your design with a solid color, you can actually use the fill color too. And so what we have over here is we have thumbnails. Now, why do we have two blacks? Well, I'm going to tell you, these two are clearly not the same fill color. So I'm actually going to go back, I'm going to select them both, and I'm going to fill them both with the same color black so that we only have two thumbnails when we go to send. So I want everything to just to make it streamlined. We have two materials, two thumbnails, two parts of our design. Okay, so the black is glitter, just glitter HTV, not glitter puff. Okay, so I'm gonna change this to glitter. Let me find my glitter HTV, heat transfer glitter. Okay, and it is going to use the auto blade. Now what you can see is that heat transfer glitter cuts on blade depth 3, force of 6, 1 pass, speed of 8. Good to go. Now down here, I have created a separate custom cut setting for glitter puff that has different cut settings. So again, it does have a blade depth of 3, but it has a higher force and it has 2 passes. So these two materials are going to be on the same sheet or the same cutting mat, but they have different cut settings. And this is possible because we are cutting by fill color. You could also do this if you were by line color or by layer, but I set my design specifically up to work with fill, okay? So now all I need to do is on my cutting mat, I need to put my gold puff on the right side of my cutting mat, and I need to put the glitter heat transfer vinyl on the left side. When I load it in and click send, it will cut one first, then you will see, it's gonna finish cutting the gold first, then the blade, because I'm using the auto blade, is going to rehome, reset itself to adjust to the different force, and it has the same blade depth, and then it will cut the second part, all on the same mat. So I'm only sending it to cut one time. Okay, so obviously after it's cutting, you are going to remove the mat and material from the Cameo or whatever cutting machine you are using, and then go ahead and weed it. So I would weed both layers at the same time, both the glitter and the gold. Now, make sure that your heat press is warming up. So both of these are going to require different time and temperature. Okay, so the first one that you are going to press onto your shirt when you are layering glitter with puff is going to be the glitter. The glitter can sustain three presses. The puff is very particular, and it's a 2 application material. You only want to press it for those 2 applications. So first thing, set your heat press to the time and temperature for your glitter material. So in this case, I typically press my glitter about 320 for about 15 seconds. So go ahead and do that. Once the temperature hits the 320, go ahead and press the glitter layer on there and peel off the carrier sheet. Now, before you just go press the puff, you do want to drop the temperature on your heat press to 280 degrees. Now, it's probably going to take a couple minutes to drop 40 degrees, but make sure you do that. It's super important. When the temperature has dropped to 280, set the timer for 8 seconds. So what you're going to do is you are going to put the puff layer directly on to your, in this case, wine bag, okay? And obviously the glitter doesn't have a carrier sheet, but the puff layer does. So you want to use a piece of butcher paper or Teflon to cover while you press. So you're going to press now both layers for 8 seconds. So after these 8 seconds have gone on your heat press, what you're going to do is you are just going to wait. You need to let this get to warm, essentially. So this is a warm peel material, not hot, not cold peel, warm. So give it 30 seconds or so it cools down a little bit. It allows the adhesive to really stick to the material. Then you're going to peel off the carrier sheet. Now, neither layer at this point has a carrier sheet, so you definitely want to cover with the butcher paper again. And again, you are going to repress for 8 seconds. After that first press, you probably didn't see any puff. That's expected. It's this second press that is where you are going to get that 3D puff effect. So like I said, press for 8 more seconds and then remove the butcher paper, open up the press, remove the butcher paper, and now you will see that those gold areas have a slight, or maybe more than slight, puff 3D effect. I just love the combination of this metallic puff with the glitter. I think it gives just the perfect, effect of, glitter and gold, and especially at the holiday when, everything can be a little extra. If you guys are looking for more tips, tricks, and tutorials, don't forget to hit the subscribe here on YouTube. Also, you can head over to silhouetteschoolblog.com for all of my free tutorials over there. Sign up for the newsletter to get them directly to your inbox. And if you're looking for personalized support, same-day support, one-on-one chat, you are more than welcome to check out Silhouette U, our membership site where it is members first, and we have an exclusive groups, exclusive videos, and of course, personalized same-day support. See you guys around.